There's been a lot of emotional controversy involving the markets and the commodities recently. Um, I'm still going to maintain that, not that I'm trying to be Karnak the magician here or anything, that the commodities are going to actually finish up the year very strong. Silver, gold, the whole thing. I don't think they're going down just yet. I think 2013, and I'm going mainly by Mark Faber, Jim Rogers, those types of people, and also we know that the main part of the fiscal cliff is occurring between February with extensions up to April 2013. That's when the cuts are going to come in place, and I think they're going to break their own rules. Now, one thing I want to point out is, people who are struggling, just keep your head down and keep working. There's always all kinds of stuff you can do. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to do some videos on practical bicycle tips because I got into bicycles well before I got into motorcycles. And that's actually how I got into motorcycles. It wasn't like I'm a Harley guy or anything like that. I'm more like a runner, an aerobic type person. And I got into bicycles from running. But I found out they're very practical. They're very practical, more so than you think. And I'll probably go over some tips on that because it saves you a couple bucks here and there. Not everybody, but it's kind of fun. Believe me. You might bitch about it at first, but it's kind of fun. Believe me. So I'm going to put out a lot more practical tips on to save a couple bucks here and there, especially on health and stuff. Not just about silver and stuff, but I want people to calm down about the markets too because, well, I'm not 100% sure which way they're going because I'm not Karnak the magician. But if I was going to say to myself, do I want to place money on, say, triple leverage ultra short silver right now that it's going to go way down? No. I mean, that might be the smart thing to do, but I don't feel good doing that at all. So I'm not doing that. So anyway, I want to point out something else too. I was looking at what Barnhardt said. This was some of her stuff talking about collapses days or weeks away. It's a little bit, I think it's early, but she is a big advocate of physical silver and gold. She's right on here with Max Kaiser, crash. I think this BS about crashing JP Morgan by silver, but I think it's still a very smart investment. But, my common sense thing is not to get too lopsided on one thing. You should, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have a good quality, well, I'll say this is my recommendation. If you don't have I'm a big believer in the two wheels. You don't have to have a Harley Davidson and spend thousands of dollars, and they're not that much money right now. The price of silver's suppressed. The price of used vehicles is suppressed on Craigslist. There's a lot of things that are pretty much suppressed. A lot of things are pretty much, you got to figure what kind of utility you're getting out of things. But if you have an extra $500 or $600 and you're going to say roll of silver or a high quality hybrid type bicycle that you can maybe mount an engine on or something like that, I would recommend going that way. But but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think the markets are going to crash just yet. And I'm not even sure. You see, when this was nothing to do with the fiscal cliff. It had to do with some other things. But them expecting QE might end. I don't think so. There's news also has a tendency to flip-flop. One day you have news going all one way. Then in the next week, there's all these other stories that unexpectedly come out. So this could be a total fake out. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just holding steady. So, but like I said, I don't put every last dime I have in this silver. I have wads of cash, even paper cash and crap like that. Thousands and thousands of dollars and stuff that I even keep on hand besides checking account and all that other garbage. So, I don't pour all my money into silver. I think that's a bad recommendation, even if, you think it's going up, but you shouldn't be too lopsided. Now, for the future, let's hope, this election's going to be kind of crazy. Let's hope we don't have a guy like this, in charge of FEMA coming up, Colonel Klink, and all kinds of wonderful shit, join us in our struggle to help America. But, as far as what's coming up in the near-term future, I'm going to say right now, pretty much, you got to figure this. Even Barnhardt is an advocate of silver, physical silver and gold. She says take all your fiat money out of the system. Okay? Take your money out of the financial system or it will be stolen from you. And she's an advocate of physical silver and gold. Now, I'm going to use a little more common sense. Jim Rogers bought more gold. Yeah, he'll buy more if it crashes, but he doesn't know if it's crashing. He's not selling any, though. Is he shorting it? No, I don't think he is. Okay. Is Mark Faber selling any gold? No, he'll never sell it until they change the whole regime in the financial system, like in the Federal Reserve. They get a real hardcore hawk. But there's a lot of people behind Bernanke that are even more so on QE. They make Bernanke look like a hawk. So the whole trend is towards more and more QE. You're in the right area. They are literally playing games with us, basically. I think, there's been a lot of stories about rumors about QE coming out in, they start talking about it coming out in early 2012. And there were stories out there from all these responsible publications and online websites about in 2011 QE was going to be introduced in first quarter of 2012, and it wasn't. It wasn't. But it is now. They're playing games. They're trying to shake you loose. Now, I don't know if they're going to knock it down, but I don't think so just yet because the real market crash should be around 2013. Go by Jim Rogers and Mark Faber more than anything. And you got a solid date there, more solid date. When the real fiscal cliff hits is between February and April 2013. So that's what I'm going by. But in any case, just hang on and, you have to figure again. Mark Faber bought more gold. Soros kept loading up on more gold. They're not selling. Paulson's loaded up on gold. They didn't do it just, and it's not like they don't expect it to hit a new all-time low. And if you look at like the way the trends are in the past, I don't have the chart up here, but that should have been the final low. That last 26, that should have been the final low. That's the classic 3 peaks and 3 lows. You got the highest high, then it retraces, goes to a higher, a lower high, then a lower low, lower high, lower low. That should have been the last one, just like in 2008. He's already announced QE, and they're not going to let things fall apart that fast. I don't think so. So, well, I don't know. Hopefully I'm not just being hopeful. But I've noticed if I really pay strict attention to not just the people that are silver bloggers, because they kind of do get emotional, pay strict attention to the people that really know the best, which is like, I've been saying, Mark Faber, Jim Rogers, Paulson, Soros. If he's buying gold, it's smart. It ain't go. He didn't buy it at the freaking. If he figured it was going to, all these people didn't buy it some months ago because it's going to crash now. They're not that stupid, and they do know what's going on. That's why I'm sticking with this position like this. I would never, right now, I would feel I could be wrong about this, because I don't know. It's like you don't really know the future, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it's going to go down as low as some people are thinking. That's usually what happens, people get all scared, and it's all of a sudden all the way one way, and then when it's going up, they're too bullish. But my last thing I want to leave you with is, if, say for instance, silver really goes ballistic, and it's like over $50 an ounce or some crap like that in very, very early 2013, I'd sell some. You sell some. Even the physical, sell some of that too. Because that's the only way you're going to recognize your gains. I know it's fiat, but you know what? All the other silver bloggers are going to tell you to hang on for dear life for all of it. And I'm not telling you to sell all of it. Sell some. That's the only way you're going to recognize gains.